Hello everyone, the day has finally arrived and I'm going to be listening to Revolver for the first time and doing a little analysis as I listen on. First off, I just want to mention the artwork. Visually, I can see that it's very different to all the other album artworks. Usually, you know, it's a photograph of them with the title, but this is like a drawing, an artistic little piece of them. It was released on the 5th of August 1966. Yeah, let's get to it. The first song is called Taxman. If I had to guess the subject matter, maybe people being taxed too much, the poor being taxed, the rich not taxed enough. That would be my guess.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Okay.
Let me tell you how it will be for me.
That's what you making for me.
'Cause I'm the taxman. I'm the taxman. Be thankful I don't take it all. 'Cause I'm the taxman.
Yeah, so the start was quite interesting, like speaking in their British accents. The bass seems really prominent in this one in terms of the mix, like it's really in your face. In terms of the lyrics, yeah, clearly not a fan of the Taxman, are they? They have this sound, it almost sounds like coins rattling like in a metal kind of cup or something. It kind of gives off that sound to me, so I'm wondering if further down these songs within this album they sample even more to represent and create an atmosphere to match the song.
Drive the car, tax the street. If you try to sit, if you get too cold, I'll tax the heat. If you take a walk,
I'll tax the heat, I'll tax your feet.
I'm the taxman.
That was a very interesting section. So they have that guitar solo which is heavily distorted, and then the drums come in and have like a little run, and you think it's kind of continue building up, and then it goes kind of strips away and continues to be like a little bit more mellow. So I wouldn't have expected that, but that's a funny lyric to be like, you're gonna tax the heat.
I'm the taxman.
Taxman.
Want it all. Mr. Heath, the taxman. Yeah, taxman.
I just want to point out the bass because it's catching my attention, so I was doing this. So it's like from the D to the A to the C, you know, quite simple, but I find it's like really keeping it moving and it's really catching my attention. This song is meant to be in the key of D major, so starting with the root note of the D, and yeah, sounding nice. Taxman. It's like a siren man. Very distorted guitar solo there. Dun, 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 boom, ba-da-dum. Okay, so I just went on Wikipedia, so you know, take that with a grain of salt, but apparently the song Taxman was a protest song against the high level of progressive tax imposed in the UK by the Labour government, which saw the Beatles pay over 90% of their earnings to the Treasury. The next song is Eleanor Rigby. I've heard a lot about this one. I think I may have heard it throughout my life somewhere. Right now I can't think of it. I'm guessing it's about a girl called Eleanor Rigby. Oh! I didn't know this one.
Look at all the lovely people.
In the previous video I mentioned that I thought I knew a melody of their song because we had a cassette tape which was a flute cover of pop songs, and I'm very sure that this was one of them. The last song that I think of that was quite orchestral was Yesterday, like they had the strings, so they're really, this is quite a unique different sound for them, and yeah, let's keep going.
Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding's been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window. She keeps in a jar by the door.
Okay, so just to point out what the strings are doing, you have the cello staccato, which is the fast articulations, like dun, 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 and like very sharp, and then you have the violin come in to add another rhythm, add some more harmonic information to it. I'm interested to see how it progresses. Yeah, I know this song, but I can't remember it very well. And yeah, lyrically they're really telling a story. That sounds silly to say, but I feel like the lyricism in this is a little bit different to what they've been doing in the past in terms of really painting a picture. Like usually it's like the character in the song is observing this character opposed to having a direct relationship to the character. Anyways,
For all the lonely people.
the legato string.
Do they all come? All the lonely people belong.
So you've got this legato string in contrast to the staccato. It's like makes it sound really like mysterious because it's just going down in half steps. Sounds really cool.
Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one comes near. Look at him works in the night when there's nobody there. Does he care? All the lonely people, they all come from. All the lonely people, they all belong. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby.
The lyrics are really quite sad, but I feel like it's very reminiscent of something probably a lot of people experience in their lives. Like if you go catch a train or you're waiting for public transport or something and you kind of look at all the people walking around and you try to figure out what their life story is, and you know, they've really painted a picture with the lyrics. Like, you know, there's the pastor writing his sermon and no one's probably going to hear it because maybe 3 people show up, or like everyone's got their own individual life and their own problems, and I feel like it's really painting that picture.
Was buried along with her name. Came Father Mackenzie.
Oh,
Wiping the dust
oh,
from his hands
far
as
out.
he walks from
They sound menacing, those staccato strings.
saved. Lonely people. Where do they
And just in that section, using the same vocals as the chorus, look at all the lonely people, inserting it under another section. Yeah.
Where do they all belong?
Is that it? Oh, that's it! I really like songs that have that kind of storytelling vibe to it. I enjoyed that. It was really interesting though to choose staccato strings that have a very menacing sound to it, especially towards the end. Those strings are really high and almost sound kind of horror-like. I wonder if that was an intentional choice to match the topic of all these lonely people. Yeah, I enjoy that one. The next one is called I'm Only Sleeping. I don't know what that could be about. I'm only sleeping. That is a reverse guitar, because I did see it. Apparently it says that in the Wikipedia. That's a reverse guitar. It's because you can tell, because the attack is slow and it ends very quickly. And they do that in modern music a lot now too. Strip everything down to the bass, come back in. I wasn't expecting that. That reverse guitar adds such character to this song. Oh, those backing vocals! Ooh, so lovely. And that reversed guitar really, now that I'm thinking about it, seems to match the lyricism of the song. Like, it sounds like a sleepy feeling, right? Like when you're waking up, you're kind of, you know. The Look, I know I'm reading far too into this. You know, most of the time I always think when you write a song and the songwriters, they were probably like, it just sounded good. We did it because it sounded good. Like there's no more added meaning to it. So what I'm hearing in the low harmony is ooh paired with ooh. So you get ooh. And it sounds lovely. Like ooh. I don't know why that's so effective, but it sounds beautiful. It's probably my favorite part of the song so far. Sleeping. And then you strip down to the bass, come back in, and again strip down. Yeah. It's an interesting choice to strip down twice. I love that they wrote a song about wanting to sleep. And then they've added it with a surprise, continuing with the reverse guitar, like reverses out. Interesting. The next one is called Love You Too. So, I mean, it's about love. That's a sitar, right? Oh, very interesting. What an atmosphere it's creating though, right? I really like this percussion.
Time is so short when you want to meet.
Oh. Okay, well let's talk about creating an atmosphere. So that has to be sitar. I'm not having a moment, am I? Instruments we have the vocals, acoustic guitar, sitar, rhythm guitar, a fuzz tone lead guitar, backing vocals, tambourines. Then we have someone playing tabla, which are these percussive instruments. Tabla is also frequently played in popular and folk music performances in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Afghanistan, and Sri Lanka. So completely different sound it creates compared to when you use like a drum kit that they were typically using. Like it really creates an atmosphere like that. And sorry, the performer playing the tabla was Anil Bhagwat. I hope I'm saying that correct. Screw you in the ground. Okay. Okay. Sonically and musically, I feel like there was a lot of like high-pitched sounds and the vocals were mixed quite low. Honestly, I really kind of struggled to hear what they were singing. So I've just got up the lyrics now. Make love all day long, make love singing songs. There's people standing around who'll screw you in the ground. They'll fill you in with all their sins. You'll see I'll make love to you if you want me to. So I'm guessing the vibe of this song was very much like focus on you and I. You and I are going to be the love. And all those other people are going to be trying to screw us over, but we're like good. Definitely a different vibe, completely brand new sound in this particular song. I wonder if it's going to continue. Let's see. The next one is called Here, There and Everywhere, and I'm just like thinking here, there and everywhere, do do. Like I feel like it has to be a fast-paced song. I haven't heard it before.
I need my love to be here, here.
Okay, I was wrong about the submarine.
Making each day of the year, changing my life with a wave of her hand.
Okay, sorry, before it keeps going, I just think it's a very clever choice to have a very gentle song after the previous song, just because in my mind, at least first time hearing it, it was like a lot. And now to have something a bit gentle, so I think just in terms of the way the album is structured, for me personally, I think that was a clever choice. Such gentle vocals too. Hold on, let's figure it out. So the woo section of the woo section, sorry, the backing vocal section, the woo. I think that is the atmosphere of this song. If you strip those away, it would completely sound. It just wouldn't have that same feeling. The more I'm listening to the Beatles, the more I hear myself mentioning, oh, those harmonies are interesting, I need to make another video to break them down. So that's something like, after all these album reviews, that's something you're interested in, that I take a Beatles song and analyze it, like I did the ABBA video, ABBA song Money Money Money, for example, and just focus on the harmonies, because that's something I struggle with. I struggle with harmonies so much, so it'd be a great thing for me to learn as well, and hopefully you would like it. Let me know. Oh, was that
I know I need never care, but to love her is everywhere.
Hold on, what happened there? Sorry, that little section there was incredibly enjoyable. I don't know what they did, but they just
Each one believing that love never dies,
and the guitar's the same timing, but there's a snare, just
and hoping I'm always
percussive build.
everywhere.
Oh,
She's beside me, I know I need never care,
oh,
but to love her is to need
that ran up.
every day. Knowing that love is to share, each one believing that love never dies, hoping I'm always there.
What's that?
You'll be there, and everywhere.
This was such a beautifully restrained song. It did precisely what it's meant to do. I always think about, I'm pretty sure it's an interview with Freddie Mercury, and he's talking about songwriting, and he mentions how you have to do what's right for the song, not necessarily what you want, not showing off your abilities in a super fancy way. You have to do what's right for the song, and you have to listen to the song. And I know that sounds a bit hippy-dippy, but I really believe that, and I feel like they've just done what's right for the song. They didn't need to do anything too extravagant, but it really conveyed and created a nice atmosphere. It was beautiful. So there's this part that really caught my attention in this song. It's by the guitar, and it's like do, 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 do.
Me, I know I need never care, but to love.
So whenever you go up a half step like they did in this song, it's kind of creepy compared it to going up to a whole tone. Like, it has a different feeling. Like, half steps are always more creepy, and they use that in the other song. So I'm wondering, it's a very interesting choice to use a kind of a creepier little movement in a song that you could say is potentially more on the warm, happy, fuzzy sort of sound. But in saying that, in order for something to sound happy, having a contrasting, sadder part of a song, you can hear it better, and vice versa. So I don't know if that was the choice there, but something to note. The next song is Yellow Submarine. Is this the one where it's like, we're all living in a yellow submarine? A yellow submarine, is that it?
In the town where I was born,
Oh,
the man who sailed to sea,
okay.
and he told us of his life.
What did he tell you?
In the land of submarines.
Okay.
So we sailed to the sun.
They're sampling sounds like with the ocean. Cool.
The sea of green.
Nice rhythm on the guitar.
Beneath the waves.
The waves are really loud.
Submarine. We
submarine.
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. And our friends.
Yeah!
Many.
So I was wondering if they were going to start sampling. So they're really playing around with not only using sounds from instruments, but sounds of life, because when, like, you can hear, like just now, that's people having dinner, like the forks, cutlery, talking, like that's the chatter. The waves, it immediately transports you to the beach. Live next door.
And the band begins to.
Drums sound really nice in this. I wasn't expecting that.
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
Really nice hi-hat movement there.
Yellow submarine.
We're...
Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
There's a weird, just off percussion.
Life of ease. Every one of us has a sky of blue and sea of green.
That's funny. Like oh, this is kind of like comical. To me, it gives me off kind of comical vibes. I like how like they just created the atmosphere of being down at it sounded like a dock, and now they have someone speaking over the loudspeaker. It would have been fun. I can imagine that they were like acting out the sound, like acting out their characters for this song.
Yellow submarine. We
And now just more vocals, like a chorus, like a pub of people singing.
yellow submarine. Live in
The yellow submarine.
a yellow submarine. Submarine.
And it fades out. Yeah, there's a nice percussive on that sound. So it was written as a children's song, which it totally sounds like, but I always have heard that it's meant to be like mean something else. I don't know, but yeah, it sounds like a very easy song for children to sing. And apparently the single went to #1 in the US, several countries in Europe, Australia, Canada and New Zealand. The next one is She Said, She Said. Nice
She
run.
said, know what it's like to be dead. I know what it's like.
Aww.
And she's making me feel like I've never been Put all those things in your head.
Okay, there's a lot happening. So, you have the, which is something they've done before, you have a topic which is quite sad, like the lyrics are portraying a picture of a woman who's like, you know, I'm sad, and now he's responding as the character, but there's this very high-pitched drone happening. It's very subtle in the mix, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a synth. Maybe it's the Hammond organ, because I can hear like a in this ear.
And you're making me feel like
Nice.
said you don't understand what I said. I said no, you're
Okay. This is not the perfect example of a couple in a fight. She said, and then I said, and then she said, and then I said. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting.
everything was right.
Boom, 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 boom. Nice walking bass. Boom.
Even though you know what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave. Never been wrong. She said you don't understand what I said.
These lyrics are funny to me.
When I was a boy, everything was right.
That's funny. Oh, it's like the character's like, when I was young, I never did what's wrong, and now I'm in this relationship. It's like, you're saying this and I'm saying this and I don't understand you, and kind of funny. I don't know, maybe that's my weird sense of humor. I think this is a really good example in terms of songwriting, the effectiveness of a counter melody. You know, usually counter melodies are good to use in the gaps of no singing. So sing and then do 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 do, and then they sing, and then there's the guitar, and then they sing. So it always gives the ear something to listen to. Yes, counter melodies can be used underneath a vocal and can be very effective in that manner, but by giving like a break for the vocal, then the instrument, break for the vocal, instrument is like, you know, if you're kind of confused writing counter melodies, like for me, that's kind of helpful to be like, Caroline, put it in the break, put it in the break.
Everything was right. Even though you know what you know, I know that I'm ready to leave.
Da, da.
Feel like I'll never be alone.
You're hearing that lyric, right?
I know what it's like to live.
Oh, that symbol's gone. And it's fading out. Sorry, I was mishearing the lyrics. The lyric is, you make me feel like I've never been born. I kept hearing like I've never been wrong, and I was like, what? Okay, you make me feel like I've never been born? Very interesting. What do you perceive that as? You make me feel like I've never been born? Or maybe like you make me feel like an idiot, because everything I'm saying apparently is wrong, so you make me feel like, I don't know, is that the vibe? So the next one is called Good Day, Sunshine, and just an observation, they seem to use sunshine a lot in their songs. Like you have I'll Follow the Sun, I Know Here Comes the Sun is a very popular one, and now you got another one. It's just, I always find it interesting when an artist, a band, a musician has a recurring theme in their music. I think it means something. I don't know what it means, but I think it means something. What's Sean doing?
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. I need to light when the sun is out. I got good
I feel good.
in a special way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love and it's a sunny day. Sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Sunshine. We take a walk.
Okay.
The sun is shining down.
Oh my gosh, what is it about a piano in the low register that makes it sound funny? Of course it can sound dramatic, but like it sounds funny. Ooh. Is that the piano and guitar double?
Sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Beneath the shady tree. I love her. She feels good.
She feels good.
She knows she's looking fine.
Woo!
Proud to know that she is mine. Good sunshine. Good day, sunshine.
I love the rhythm of this song.
Good day,
Ooh!
sunshine. Sunshine.
Oh wow! Sound like Owen Wilson again. Wow. Wow. Oh, I don't think I've ever, that was a, hold on, we need to re-listen to that.
Sunshine. Sunshine.
That's so interesting. So they like good day sunshine, and then go up good day, and then it almost sounds like, I know this sounds stupid, but it almost sounds like there's a cassette being like turned off and all the instruments are kind of almost stripped away, and then it's like intentionally they've done that sort of effect. That's so bizarre. That's such an interesting choice to end a song, like very new, and especially as like they always are adding surprises towards the end. That was one I would never have even thought of. I really liked that one. I love the rhythm of it, the choice of having that low piano in the bass. It's just like funny and comical and keeps it moving. Honestly, this one was I enjoyed this one a lot. The next one is And Your Bird Can Sing. Obviously it makes me think of the Caged Bird poem by Maya Angelou, but now that I'm thinking, was that released at this time? So this was released before the poem, but that's what it instantly made me think of. And Your Bird Can Sing. I know they also have a song in a later album called Blackbird, so again, you know, birds. I guess because birds represent freedom. I don't know what the song's going to be about. Let's just get into it. Oh.
Tell me
sounds like a breakup song, almost like you can do all these marvelous things, talk about all the things you want, but you can't see me, the one thing you want. That's the vibes I get. I think there's a tambourine going on. It sounds very nice. Oh, the guitar's really nice. They really like distortion on guitars. That guitar is really beautiful. It's almost like a descending line, but of course it's within the harmony, so it's creating harmonic information, but it sounds it's making it sound very melancholic, at least to my ears. Hey, I'm liking this. Oh, it's at the end. Oh, I feel like in Rebel Soul not so much. They were not having these surprise endings. I feel like they've gone back to that a lot in this album. I don't know what sound it was, but when they just went with the cymbals and everything, it kind of, there was like a decay of some sort of instrument. I don't know, it was something going at the end there that kind of just like kept the end sizzling out a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm interpreting the lyrics of this wrong, but to me it really kind of sounds like you can do all these things, but you can't have me, you can't hear me, you can't see me. It's kind of like a nice poetic jab, but like, I don't know, I feel like the lyrics all kind of, they all have an edge of sort of humor to them. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but that's how I hear them, that they're kind of comical and cheeky, even if it's a little bit more of a serious of a topic. The next one is called For No One. For No One. If I was a songwriter, what would I make it about? Oh, I am a songwriter.
Your day breaks, your mind aches, and that all our words of kindness linger. She has to hurry, she no longer needs you. You see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears.
Okay, so it's really interesting. So you have these really simple chords going at the beginning, and then the piano starts doing, it sounds like an arpeggio going up and down the chords, and then it mirrors the lead vocal at certain sections, so it's like reinforcing that main. The percussion comes in, it's like this high pitch, like it sounds like a tambourine. I just wanted to break down that nice little piano riff. So basically the bass is just descending down this scale, and then the left hand is accompanying it, so it sounds like this. It's just like really lovely and nice, and just like nice and staccato-y, and it creates a nice atmosphere, and just it's really effective walking the way down the bass, just down the scale. It just keeps things moving in a nice kind of predictable way, especially as a first time listener.
Love is dead, you think she needs you.
French horn. Of course, French horns. We love a French horn.
Her eyes, you see nothing. Love behind the tears, cried for no one. Love that should have lasted years.
A love that should have lasted years, but it didn't.
You stay, she goes out. She says that long ago she knew something. Your day breaks,
French horns.
your mind aches. There will be time. She said we'll fill your head, you won't forget her. And in her eyes, no sign of love behind the tears. Should have lasted years.
That's it. Oh, that's it. I am a very big fan of the French horn. I think it's able to create, like any instrument played well, now that I'm saying it, any instrument played well can evoke any kind of emotion, but I really, really love the tonal quality of a French horn. You know, they made it sound more happy with the staccato-ness of the articulation choice, and then had some legato movements in there as well. But I love the French horn, and I think this is the first, you know, pop song you know, that has a French horn in it that I have heard. Tick that off the box, done. Maybe I should put French horns in my song. Why not? Why not? The next song is Dr. Robert. I read it as Dr. Robot. I was like, Dr. Robot? But a Dr. Robert is still an interesting choice.
And I said you called Dr. Robert. Day or night, time at all, Dr. Robert. Dr. Robert, you're a new and better man. He helps you. He does everything he can. Dr. Robert.
Okay, there has to be a crazy interesting story about this. Surely one of them had a good doctor and we're like, you know what, my Dr. Robert. I have to find out. Oh, so apparently the Dr. Robert is actually a substance. Interesting. Anyway, so they've got these nice rhythmic guitars, the percussion. This kind of sounds more old school Beatles in my eyes in terms of music. Subject matter seem to be playing around, but let's go. Oh wow, yeah, I can hear it now. I'm a big fan of vocals that do a siren, like a slide up. It also just helps you hit the note. But if you're like, a man, it's different. It's not the same as man, it's man. I don't know, I'm a fan of that. Oh, no drums, okay. The organ, good. Pulsing bass. Back with the drums, entering back into the chorus. Oh, not the chorus. Love it. Okay, so they have the organ. Organ, typically, you know, it reminds me of church instantly. So it's kind of funny that they strip all the percussion down and this sounds very like church and like, oh, with the organ. And they're like, well, we're talking about a subject matter that the church probably doesn't approve of. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of funny, the contrast. That's at least how I'm perceiving it. I like that guitar. Okay, yeah. So that song really did sound kind of more like old school Beatles, like it, you know, seems to fit in their catalogue from like a couple years ago. Interesting subject matter, kind of cheeky. Honestly, if I read that, I wouldn't have known. I'd be like, this song about a doctor. It would have gone straight in from my head. The next song is called I Want to Tell You. I'm guessing it's like either I want to tell you I love you or I want to tell you I don't love you. Okay, fading in with the guitar. Hi-hat adding with the maraca. Piano.
They seem to slip away when I get near you. Games begin to drag me down.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, so that piano that just like keeps going, like keeps that moment really tense. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I feel like they're playing around with more adding tensions to their songs in like having happier songs, but then adding like a half step little run or just like that's creepy sounding.
Make you maybe next time around. But if I seem to act unkind, it's only
Hi-hat's very interesting there.
Sometimes I wish I knew you well. you'd understand.
Oh, I like it.
I want to tell you, I feel I'm
Da, 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 da.
I've got time.
Just slowly adding instruments in. You can hear that while it's fading out. Interesting vocal choice there. I don't have much more to say about that one, honestly. I'm just kind of like sitting with it like, okay. Oh. The next one is Got to Get You Into My Life. I kind of like that already. Just straight up front, honest. Like it. Let's go. Trumpets. Oh.
I was alone, I took a ride, I would find there.
Oh, I like this.
Another I could see another kind of light. Then I saw, ooh, did I tell you I need you every second of my life? You didn't run just to hold you.
Oh, I like that line.
Time we meet again, for I told you.
I'm just really liking the main vocal. It's very joyous, and trumpets just tend to have the tonal quality of celebration and announcement and something important. So to have the song titled Got to Get You Into My Life and choosing trumpets as like an announcement, I think that's kind of cool for me at least.
You were meant to be.
Staccato.
Hear me say we'll be together every day. I
That's fine.
need you into my life.
Oh! I like how that was like basically a question asked in the lead vocals, and then the trumpets almost answered it through the music. That's really cool, and it resolved.
What can I do? What can I be when I'm with you? I wanna stay.
Oh!
If I'm true, I'll never leave, and if I do, I'll see you. Ooh, did I tell you I need you every
Crescendoing.
got to get you into my life?
And they've answered him kind of in the music. We don't know. Oh.
Got to get you into my life.
It's a very interesting choice, of course.
Alone, I took a ride, I didn't know what I would find. Another road where maybe I could see another kind of mind. And suddenly I see you.
I want to know how it ends. It just fades out. I wanted to like... Oh, that was really joyful. That may or may not be one of my favorite of their upbeat songs. It's so joyful and like celebratory, and it's so interesting to me to only, like usually in the chorus you repeat the phrase, so it kind of gets stuck in people's head. I mean, not that the Beatles necessarily did that all the time, but they only say it once per chorus and then that's it, and then the trumpet kind of resolves the chorus, which is something really interesting that I guess I would not have thought of, like to kind of have a one sentence chorus, really. That's how I've heard it, at least. I just love how it's almost an octave level. It's just so fun, and how it crescendos, and then towards the end of the song it almost turns into a rock song with the distorted guitar, and then even the way he's vocalizing, it's, yeah, oh, I like that. The last one is Tomorrow Never Knows, which seems like a very philosophical idea. Okay. All those drums have such depth in them.
Turn off your mind, relax and scream. It is not dying.
This is trippy.
Lay down all thoughts, surrender to the void. Shining,
That synth, I like that.
shining,
The percussion is freaking awesome. Oh, wow. Okay, I think I need to stop thinking. Just feel, Caroline, just feel the song. Okay, sorry, so there's an organ, a mellotron, which Lord uses. I talked about that in Lord's video. Tape loops. Tape loops. That it's like when you fast forwarded an old cassette or I've rewinded an old cassette and it was like is that what it is? First listen, it's a lot. I thought it was birds. The percussion is amazing, I will say that. The nice effect on the vocal to make it sound like old school radio. Dun, 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 dun. Some hi-hat added. Listen to the colour of your dreams. I do like that mellotron there. It's beautiful. Up the key. Toy piano sound. But of course. For me personally, it's a lot. But I will say, the percussion on that, whoo, fire. Yeah, I don't know what I would pinpoint that genre of song in. It's very like new to me, to my ears, to listen to something like that. I can only imagine how they performed that live. That would have been an experience. I feel like it would have been intense. Oh lordy. I can see my camera splashing again, so I just want to say, this one they definitely were playing around a lot with sound samples. I don't know, I noticed a lot in analysing, there were just like a lot of half-tone steps to create kind of creepy atmospheres and more happy toning kind of songs. I feel like this one that was far more experimental than Rubber Soul. Rubber Soul for me personally seemed to fit in a lot with what they were doing already. This was starting to get quite out there for me. I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and until next time, bye.